Welcome to these weekly announcements for the week of September 10th through 16th of 2023. My name is David Butterfield, and as you can tell, I'm filling in for Everett Curdy. His Edmonton, on which he is out of currently and forever. So, I am taking over, and let's see how good I do. September 10th, what to expect for this particular day. Out for downright goodness, hearted, spirit, life. I'm not going to redo things. Like the old saying goes, when you redo something, you destroy something. So, I was born in one particular place, and then I went all around to Europe and all these places, so my accent's a little crazy. So, please forgive me if I do speak in an inconsistent way. September 10th, you already know this. You're looking at the shadow side of Virgo. You're looking at the critical tendencies. What does it take for a person to not tell somebody that they are not doing a good job doing the simplest things, which involve taking the trash out? Well, that was a personal experience in Everett Curdy's life. He was with a friend, well, not a friend, a peer, who was judging him on his abilities of taking the recycling out. And he was very embarrassed and upset that this person was bossing him around, telling him what to do, what not to do, and judging him and criticizing him. And this person's name was Garrett Gopin, born September 10th, 2003. And this is a pathetic example, a fine example, if I may say so myself, of somebody projecting their trying to put values on themselves, North Node and Taurus, onto somebody else. The shadow side of Scorpio South Node is when it tries to inaccurately aim at the Taurus North Node, it projects those values onto others. So that was an unpleasant experience for Everett, and I'll continue to refer to him because he does not wish to be part of the Edmonton again. So that was today. You took a look at that. You read a book by Jeannie Wilford, the famous Virgo, born August 25th, 1969, who wrote the book All the Signs and Their Shadow Sides, and you should have read all about the section of Virgo, and particularly honed in on the critical aspects of it. You also should have wrote a news article about cases of high criticism, and you should have written on your own experiences where you reflected on where you were criticized and how did you take the criticism. Was it beneficial or was it downright hurtful? That was what you did today, and I'm only going to summarize it because I'm recording this very late at night. Alrighty, so September 12th. I'm going to skip September 11th because that is personal day. It's 9/11. We all know the story of it. I have decided, because I'm filling in, to allow you that Monday of reflection and contemplation for September 11th, since it is a holiday and a day to be remembered. So there's nothing going on that day. September 12th, however, there is something going on September 12th, and that is a Edmonton Cleaning Day. You all should know the deal with cleaning that Everett has enforced over and over again. You go, you get a job on a clipboard, and you go help out. One of the high attributes of Virgoian energy is the humility and the willingness to just help someone else. Virgo at its highest level wants to be of spiritual service. How can you do this? Being at the Minden headquarters. That's the real question here. That's the real thing. So, September 12th is a cleaning day. You will all get on buses at 9 o'clock in the morning and you'll all go there. It'll all be very structured out for you. When you arrive at the Minton headquarters, you will get a job or a role and you'll go to whatever room and you'll do that task until 12 o'clock, in which you will leave, come back to the Minton, have lunch. It should all go swimmingly. Now, no matter what it is, if it could be cleaning out the closets, or could be rearranging the chairs, or whatever it is, you must be willing to serve. This is an activity for Virgo season as an activity where you are helping somebody else. You are serving somebody else. Therefore, you're getting outside of yourselves to do something for someone else. Shouldn't have to remind you again. September 13th is going to be the day where we take a look at Roald Dahl. So you all know who Roald Dahl is. He wrote Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He wrote a bunch of workbooks. Your task is to evaluate one of those books and bring it personal to you. So your task is to take the plot of one of those books and relate it back to a specific point in your life. You must do this. It must be a 2-page paper. It must be MLA. It must be double-spaced. It must be personal. It must be in-depth. It must be well done. If it's not well done, if it's not well thought out in a thorough way, you don't get the points. That is the assignment for September the 13th, is to get this done. Maybe it's James and the Giant Peach, and you had an experience where you found something peculiar in the middle of winter time, and you were intrigued and you took it into your life and you allowed it in and you did whatever you wanted to it. And that thing had a profound meaning for you. You know, the peach, if you dig into the book, it has a profound symbolism. Maybe you see a robin in the middle of wintertime. Maybe you go to an actual factory that sells candy, or processing factory, and it was a magical experience, much like Charlie in the chocolate factory. You must, first of all, go beyond the summary of what you're being given. Carly Wharton style, you take information that you have and you refine it, you personalize it, you dig out the little pieces, you be more in depth than that information. So you take the summary, you discuss the book as you are describing your personal experience, and I mean as. Don't just put the summary of the book and then explain how it relates to you personally. You must do it intertwined. You must intertwine the both of those two things, okay? So you must take what you have written, what you have wrote, learned about the book, about, whatever book it is that that Roald Dahl has for you. Then you must also, while summarizing it and describing in even more detail in the summary provides for you, that's very, very important, you must also be personal about it. Not only that, there is a biography and quiz about Roald Dahl. You will do the quiz while you read and learn about this author, why he was significant, the books that he wrote, his style of writing, and how that set him apart from all other writers. Whatever it is, you must be comprehensive. Alright? Now, I'm gonna move on. September 14th. You all know very, very well this is new moon in Virgo. You all know what to do. Now, there is something that you also need to do for this particular lunation, and that is an assignment. You will set a list of intentions for what you are going to do differently in your life. You will set a list of intentions. These are the things that I will do to improve my mental and physical well-being. Is it walking? Is it talking less? Listening more? Is it reading more? Is it physical exercise? Is it, I don't know what it is. But you must make a specific list of intentions regarding service to others and to yourself, your daily habits and routines, your cleanliness, your organization, your productivity. So every single time the new moon comes around, we deal with the themes of the sign. Make a list of your intentions, and then as we move through this lunar cycle, you must act on those intentions. Alright, you must actually, manifest it or abrast it through at some point. I want to make that clear. Now, the Royal Doll assignment is due on the 17th. Your intentions are due on the 16th. Both are due at 11:59 p.m. Friday, September 15th. What's going on for Friday? Well, there's going to be a video premiere of a music video that Susan, Linda, and Daniel have already spoken to you about, so I shouldn't have to go into detail. The other thing going on September 15th is looking at American literature and its significance, particularly analyzing the Virgoian authors. You will pick an author, you will read one of his short stories, and you will write and answer a question that is higher order thinking, which is provided to you on the tab for September 15th on the page of Everett Curtis Minton. You will do that. You will hand it in on September 21st at 11:59 p.m. Virgo authors in American history. Stephen King is one. Ernest Hemingway is another. I want to make this pretty brief, so I'm going to move on now. So, September 16th. What is going to be going on? Well, you will be looking at Amy Pfeiffer. And you're going to be watching SNL skits of Amy Pfeiffer. When you do that, you will be analyzing her comedy, and you'll be asked a question. What is her comedy like? What was she doing in this particular scene at this particular time in this particular video? You will have to answer these questions in your own words, with your own perceptions. You will think about comedy and acting in a new way. You will observe her comedy, and you'll reflect and discuss the information which is hopefully circulating through your mind as you are watching her comedy, and you will write down what you see, what you observe about her comedy, and you will do this with quality. And this is due September 23rd at 11:59 p.m. Now, September 17th, you will look very, very closely at gluttony. Now, we're dealing with the square of Venus and Jupiter. That aspect in astrology deals with gluttony and overindulgence. So you will look at where in your life have you indulged in something that is way too much for you. Then you will take an aspect of your life that you are overdoing, overindulging, going to excess, going to extremes, overdoing it. And you will write that down, and you will be personal, and you will be real and raw about it. And then you can say, because squares always bring to light negative parts to the planets, and it always asks you to change something. So, what are you willing to change? What are you willing to change about this excess, this indulgence? You will either make a video or write this out. If you're writing it, it has to be 2.5 pages long. If you are making a video, it has to be no more than 40 minutes long in length. That is the limit. You will be in depth and clear and concise all at the same time, and personal. I want to find out what's personally going on for you. What are you personally overindulging in? And I want to see you having the self awareness to turn that around and curb that. So, know that all of the instructions are on the pages for the week, the days of the week, and I will look forward to seeing you in next week's videos. Bye, everyone.